Welcome to Lead with Clarity. This is a space for leaders who want to grow without losing themselves in the process. Each episode is a short reflection on leadership, influence, and the inner work that shapes how we show up for others. Not hype, not noise, just clear thinking for the journey of leading well. The episode title today is Doing Things Right versus Doing the Right Things. Here we go. There's a tension most leaders live with every day. The pressure to optimize everything. The push for efficiency, the endless dashboards, the metrics, the reports, the weekly reviews. We are trained to believe that better execution is the answer. Tighter processes, more accountability, more visibility. And yet there's a deeper question that sits underneath all of it. Peter Drucker said it simply when he said, management is doing things right, leadership is doing the right things. That distinction is clean, it's sharp, and it is uncomfortable. Because most organizations reward doing things right. Hitting targets, improving margins, reducing waste, increasing output. All of those are good things. Let me share a moment I've seen more than once in my career. A team was executing flawlessly. Every metric was green. The cadence was disciplined. The morale was high. From the outside, it looked like excellence. But the market had shifted. Customer priorities had changed. The strategy had quietly expired. Anybody think of Blockbuster? No one paused long enough to question it. They were winning, but they were winning at the wrong game. That is the trap. Management focuses on control and consistency. Leadership requires judgment and courage. Management asks, how can we do this better? Leadership asks, should we still be doing this at all? Those are very different questions. One improves performance, the other protects relevance. The common misread is assuming that leadership is simply management at a higher altitude. Bigger budgets, bigger teams, bigger dashboards. It is not. Leadership is not amplified management. Leadership is directional responsibility. It's the willingness to step back before you push forward. It is resisting the urge to accelerate until you're clear on direction. In stable markets, inefficiency costs money. In volatile markets, misdirection costs survival. The cost of optimizing the wrong priority compounds quietly, quarter after quarter. You improve processes that should be retired. You refine messaging that no longer resonates. You scale initiatives that no longer align. And because the execution is strong, the warning signs are subtle. That is why clarity is a leadership discipline. It requires space. It requires reflection. It requires the humility to say, this worked before, but it may not be what we need now. Many leaders avoid that moment because it feels destabilizing. Teams like certainty. Investors like predictability. Boards like momentum. But false momentum is more dangerous than temporary slowdown. Leadership is choosing direction before demanding acceleration. It is protecting your organization from drifting into irrelevance while appearing productive. So how do we live this out practically? First, start with your assumptions. Every strategy rests on assumptions about customers, markets, talent, and timing. Ask yourself, what assumptions are we operating under right now? And then ask, which of these might no longer be true? That question alone can reset direction. Next, examine your calendar. Time reveals priority more honestly than vision statements. Are you spending time refining execution or challenging direction? Both matter, but only one is uniquely yours as a leader. Then consider this thought experiment. If you were starting your organization from scratch today with what you know now, what would you stop? What would you not rebuild? What would you redesign entirely? That gap between your current reality and your honest answer is where leadership work really lives. None of this diminishes management. Strong management builds trust. It builds stability. It builds scalability. But leadership ensures that what you are scaling still deserves to exist. Efficiency is admirable. Clarity is essential. You can have a highly efficient organization that is slowly becoming irrelevant. Or you can have a clear organization that adjusts early and wins long term. The leaders who build lasting impact are not obsessed with looking productive. They are obsessed with being aligned. Aligned with purpose, aligned with reality, aligned with what matters now. Doing things right builds confidence. Doing the right things builds legacy. As you move through this week, resist the automatic push toward optimization. Pause. Ask the harder question. Are we climbing the right mountain? Because at the end of the day, speed does not define leadership. Direction does. And the leaders who ensure their teams are not just moving fast, but moving true, are the ones who endure.